All right, Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. The scene in South Philly a few moments ago. Boy, the city of brotherly love is fired up. They're saying fly, Eagles, fly as they get ready to match up with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
White to the 3. Check me out. We got 3 down.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Double tight.
Here's Newton now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Third down. Here's McCaffrey. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have the football at the 20-yard line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
Hey, boy. There we go. Back man. What's your son?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Hey, we are.
Now it's a Johnny. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
Even. At least 5 steps. Go. 180. Check it out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain?
Tight end right. Hey. There we go. Back man. 180.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Going long here for Wallace. And it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
My bad, guys. My bad, guys. Come on now.
The ball gets bumped up. It's now 2nd and 4 after the penalty.
Here we go. 120. What's this up?
This is Ajayi. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
All that Q stuff, that ain't working. That Q stuff ain't working. Got him. I'm gonna come back to you. Mike's 50.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They fake the give. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 23.
Hey, Sass. Sweetie.
Working from the gun, Wentz buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Strong right. I hope you brought your lesson. Go. What's up?
Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Wentz now to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Well, maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
A gain of 3, second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now Newton. Being chased out left. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up the first. So an instance there of Cam being Cam. We know he can use his legs.
And with that big body, it's hard to get him down, even if you get a clear shot on him. Plus, he moves it a lot faster than what people think. And boy, does he have fun playing the game of football.
Now Newton. And this is caught. It's Greg Olsen. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. With my good friend Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Panthers in possession of the football as we begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10.
On the ball, on the ball, on the ball, on the ball.
Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right.
Great.
From the gun, here's Newton.
Go.
Eluding the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
Watch left. He's tight right there.
On 2nd down, here's Newton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19.
Right here, right.
Look set. Like 80.
3 down.
Great.
From the red zone now, Newton. And that's going to be caught by Funchess for a Carolina touchdown. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys are able to strike for 6. Graham Gano on for the extra point. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. Gano out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Tight end's Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo. Tight end's on the Ringo.
Now Wentz throwing on second down. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. He got 29 yards that time. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
4 down. Alert. 58, right over there. Yeah.
Play action. Now Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
Remember the one-dimensional tight ends who just put their hand in the ground and block people? Well, if you're that guy now, you're probably a fullback in an I-formation offense. These tight ends nowadays can do everything. Block, run, and catch. Beautiful connection for a touchdown.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Set. Alert. 3 down.
Here's Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mike Bennett, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Let's rock now.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Out of the gun, Newton. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, 84 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points.
Partner, you know what the real key is to stopping a good passing attack?
You tell me.
Being able to tackle as soon as a guy catches the football.
Didn't work out there.
No, because when you give up the big run after catch, the rack yardage, that puts your defense in a big-time stressful position.
A lot of rack yardage and a touchdown there on the big play. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Gano out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. These two teams trading touchdowns here in what has been a back-and-forth first half.
And ordinarily, we're trying to figure out how to break out of a stalemate. Here, you're trying to figure out if you can slow someone down while continuing your breakneck pace on offense. I know one thing. The people in the crowd, they're getting their money's worth right now.
And the fantasy owners like it.
Oh, without a doubt. They're just tallying them up, aren't they?
They're watching this game.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Man, that's trash.
They'll start out on the ground with a J. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Mike 42, Mike 42.
What's this son?
Now Wentz on third down. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Carolina getting set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Newton. And Olsen over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this.
Great, great.
You got three down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside.
Wright's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, Stas.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. And his throw here's incomplete. James Bradbury, he was right there to break it up.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Hey, Stas.
Tight ends right.
Now Wentz. And he's got the hook up for the first time with a veteran, Jeremy Maclin. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Hang in there now. Let's go. Great.
Hey, tight ends right. Watch tight end. Hey,
Hey, Stas.
we got 4 down.
Black. Oh.
Mike 5-9.
On 1st down, Wentz. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Julius Peppers able to get him for a loss of about 3. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Even. 4 down. Even.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And he's going to go down again. K1 short. In there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now a timeout coming here defensively. As on 4th down, may as well make him punt it. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And the kick by Elliott is good. And that will knock things up here late in the first half. So they boot it through, and now we're all square after 2 quarters of play.
And what's that great term you taught me? They're level, right? They got back to level. Now they get to go back in the locker room, regroup, and start over in the second half.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Let's see what you got. We're going to set. 180. 53 is the mic.
A final shot before the break. Newton. His throw incomplete. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go. Blue 80. Shorty. I'm going to run you over. Gray 15.
On play action, it's Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Throwing is Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Julius Peppers In there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's taken inside his own 40. They'll halt play here for an injury as Christian McCaffrey is slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. C.J. Anderson in the game. He gets it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go.
Double tight. Hey, guys, check me out. Check me out.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
24 is the mic.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's go. Go, baby. Return over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
A shotgun snap for Newton. And this one complete right side to Funchess. And he showcases the spin. A pretty good gain before he's taken down. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the
They'll run for it. Anderson. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Wow. I'll tell you, he got a good spot on that one. It's 4th and 2, and he might have gotten 2 and an inch, but that's all he needed, and that'll keep the drive moving.
Here we go. On the ball.
tight. Double tight.
Ready hot.
Mike's 59.
They go play action here on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Carolina. Fozzie Whitaker, his first touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have broken our tie as they take the lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
I got 11. He's mine.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And a quick throw here. That's complete. Here and brought down there. 1st down for Philly. Wentz on target to Hollins. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated it.
Here's Wentz to throw. And a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Single, slot.
Goal.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take it down to the 40. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the 1st.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Ajayi. And some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the defense always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Let's go. Great.
Check 31. 42's the mic, boys. 42. 42's the mic.
Sunday.
All day.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Bird shrugs him aside toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a 1st down.
Check. 59's Mike. Check.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
They come up in an offset eye.
Sunday.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
They'll try to run with a J. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and goal.
That's it, baby. That's it. Tight ends on the loosey.
Goal. Set. 120.
Wentz now to throw. Forced out, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is a defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. Some
good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Gun.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down.
24.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Little power on the move that time, but still tackled shy of the 20. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Third and long. It's Newton. And this is caught. He hits more. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down.
Go.
24 is the mic.
That's rock now. It's gun. Hey. Gun. Check three.
From the gun, here's Newton. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Mills. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
We got 4.
What's this?
Mike's 5'9".
They run with Ajayi. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Baby! Get him, boy! Get him, boy! Right. He's tight right here. He's tight on the right. Tight on the right. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in.
List 5-7. List 5-7.
They run again for Ajayi. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be third down.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go. Lion.
Check 24.
Here we go. 120.
59. Mike to 59.
List 5-7.
Okay. I'm here.
Great.
To throw, it's Wentz. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
Double tight.
Great.
We got 3.
Here we go.
Now whistles. Flag down, and I believe one of the Panthers got moving early.
Check hot route. Hot.
A bad false start penalty there. Now second and 6.
Here we go. Tight right.
What here?
From the gun, Newton. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Come on now.
Newton now 5 straight completions here in this second half. First and 10.
Great.
54 is Mike. 54. Check. Watch 54.
They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Here they come. Hot.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this.
Yeah, baby. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Gun.
To throw on second down is Newton. Dancing to his left. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Newton to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Anderson a first down and more. And down right around the 37. He got 29 yards that time. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Here we go.
Newton now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's first and 10.
Great.
Kill.
Say hut.
Newton escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Three down.
Great.
Now Newton. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Watch 10. Come on.
Now it's Newton. Screen play, Anderson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. So out on the field now, Graham Gano in a big spot. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Back to throw. Shakes off the sack. Eluding the pressure right. He's got a man wide open. It's Macklin. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Black. I got him. There we go. Back man. Wait to the left.
He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. A big play there for Philly. 45 yards. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And Elliott puts this one through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. First down, here's the run with Anderson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Credit the tackle to Navarro Bowman.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. On 1st and 10, Newton. Wright's got it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Gun.
Out of the gun, Newton. Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Well, in overtime, I think coaches always wondering, where's that magic line for my kicker? They're already in field goal range after that big play.
I'm glad you brought that up because that magic line can change throughout the game. It's constantly being updated by teams. It starts with pregame. Okay, how do you feel? As the game goes on, they might ask him again, still feel that same number? Is it a different number? Right hash, left hash, what do you need? And that goes into the play calling in OT.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Gun.
Throwing again is Newton. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
5 down. Stand up in.
He'll run for it with Anderson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal.
Hey, boys, we got 40%. 180.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Another chance to maybe end it right here. This is 3rd and goal.
What's tight? Tight is right. Hey!
Operating from the gun. Newton. Flush to his right. And this will be caught. It's a touchdown. And absolute stunned silence here as they have come in and stolen this one in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending.